So I wanted to explore a little bit. Some people commented on my MGTOW video, and a lot of it does make sense. But this is the thing: what a lot of people think a woman's true nature is to quote ride the cock carousel and pick the most, the alpha male. And this is true to an extent, but it's not really. It's not their natural instinct. The sexual predilections of humanity have been cultivated since the 1930s with something called the Frankfurt School and what's called cultural Marxism. What people don't understand, and this is the thing that people just do not grasp, as much as people, myself included, might not like Christianity per se, or Christian culture per se, uh, Christianity helped to cultivate a sense of monogamy and a sense of productivity, which let Western civilization rise up. And a woman's natural inclination is one toward monogamy. It is one toward basically a family setting. Now, men should have the alpha male mindset, as they say, the quote alpha male mindset, but the thing is, they don't. And what caused this is the quote sexual revolution. So the sexual revolution was a way to destabilize Western civilization from cultural Marxism. So cultural Marxism could come in, or not cultural Marxism, but legitimate, maybe more like Stalinism could come in and whip the country back into shape. But remember, Stalin, this is what's interesting about these so-called, these Antifa screw-ups and all this stuff. Stalinism is very similar to fascism, especially in its social conservatism. Stalinism was extremely socially conservative, and it had to be to keep Russia and the Soviet Union from falling to pieces. Liberalism does not work. Whether it's, and this is the thing, whether your country is economically communist or economically capitalist or fascist or anything in between the two, you cannot have social liberalism or the country will fall apart. So the concepts of the MGTOW or MGTOW or MGTOW, however you say it, the problem is it's an overreaction to what has happened to women due to the sexual revolution, and that is to act like women. It's to behave in the same way that they do, to mimic what they do, to be, to practice hypergamy, to practice things that are degenerate behavior. And this creates a disposable society, and it will collapse the West. I'm going to leave links in the description to cultural Marxism and the role cultural Marxism has played in the sexual revolution. Now, does this mean we throw out the sexual revolution entirely? No. As I'm a firm believer in secularism and a strict separation of church and state, I believe that's necessary, particularly because we've seen how wonderful it was in the United States. The separation of church and state allowed the United States to advance much more quickly than other countries. But the thing is, what one has to understand is, okay, just as in Germany, when the revolution, when the National Socialists won, they didn't throw out socialism. In fact, they embraced socialism and implemented socialistic policies. There are good things in the sexual revolution, such as sexual freedom to a certain extent, being more open about sexuality. But there are negatives, such as the exploration of things that should not be, such as transgenderism, homosexuality, things like this. Now, this is the thing. Repressing heterosexual urges is not good for society. However, not repressing degenerate urges is. This is why a lot of people like to say it's been popular to come out against pornography Okay, this big thing, oh, pornography is bad, pornography is evil. Not necessarily the MGTOWs, but more so in this alt-right nonsense. They want to come down on pornography and claim pornography is terrible. Well, the thing is with that, pornography is not new, and pornography, as it is, has been expressed in the traditions of Western art for thousands of years. And pornography can be taken in one of two ways. I did this in my video, Defense of Pornography. Pornography can be taken to glorify the heterosexual sex act, or it can be used as a form of degeneration. Well, the thing is, what we should do, pornography should be used to embrace the glorification of the heterosexual sex act. It should not be used to promote degenerate behavior. Also, on Twitter, I'm going to get into this, a lot of these idiots, this is why they're, you know what, I'll save it for another video. Just follow my links in the description, and that's it. Follow my links in the description. Understand the role cultural Marxism has played in the perversion of the woman's mindset, and the role that a secular embrace of Christian values, which are technically Western values, could have at resetting the problem.